The Genius Club with Prairie Pine. Chapter 13. Derek. Before long, the dinner party officially began. The violin strings fell silent, and the entire hall hushed. Everyone stopped talking and turned their heads to look at the long staircase in the middle of the hall. There, Derek descended the staircase with a smile, raised his wineglass, and glanced around. Welcome, everyone. Today, all of you, distinguished scientific luminaries and business elites, are in attendance. It truly honors my humble abode. Ha 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 ha. Thunderous applause erupted in the hall. Alex had only seen Derek's back earlier, which was very imposing. Now he finally got a clear view of his face. His eyes were sharp and piercing, with sharp, regular features carved into his square face. Back in his younger days, he must have been a standard handsome man. Even though Derek was over 50, he still exuded vitality and vigor. Though he wore a smile, his aura of authority was so palpable that it made people involuntarily hold their breath. When the applause died down, Derek continued to descend the staircase slowly and stood in the center of the hall. His voice was booming and powerful. For many years, I have always believed that science and technology are the primary productive forces. The life we enjoy today and the prosperity and strength of our motherland are all inseparable from the development of science and technology, inseparable from the hard work and dedication of researchers. I believe that the development of any industry cannot do without the support of science and technology. Those unsung scientists who research day and night are the heroes we should respect and admire the most. People like me, shallow and unlearned, have only ridden the wave of the times and been fortunate enough to establish a foothold in East Sea. When it comes to contributing to society and the country, I am not even worthy of a fraction of what these researchers have done. This is why I organized this science fundraising dinner today. I hope all of you young business elites will also pay more attention to the development of the scientific research field. Contribute your share to the takeoff of our motherland's scientific and technological undertakings. I won't say any more. Derek put down his wineglass and raised his right index finger high. Sun River Group donates $100 million to the EC City Scientific Development Fund. The audience was stunned. A $100 million donation right out of the gate. President Derek of Sun River Group was truly generous beyond measure. After the initial shock, unprecedentedly enthusiastic applause broke out, accompanied by praise from all around. But it didn't end there. When the applause faded, Derek picked up the microphone again and said with a smile, "That was a statement on behalf of the group, and it's not enough to express my personal admiration for scientific researchers. Now in my personal capacity, I will donate another $100 million. The hall erupted in an uproar. $200 million. Derek, representing Sun River Group and himself, had opened with $200 million. He immediately pushed the atmosphere of the entire venue to a climax. The young entrepreneurs below all clapped excitedly, their eyes filled with admiration. It was evident that Derek's status and prestige in East Thea were second to none, and people respected and admired him sincerely from the bottom of their hearts. Clap, 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 clap. The applause continued endlessly. Alex then noticed that Professor Ethan Hughes, who had been so arrogant and otherworldly earlier, was actually clapping excitedly, his eyes brimming with reverence. This took Alex by surprise. "That Professor Hughes seems to admire Derek a lot," Alex whispered. Emma shook her head with a smile. What man wouldn't want to be Derek? But there's another reason why Professor Hughes is giving Derek so much face. Derek wasn't just talking the talk. Over the years, he has always strongly supported the nation's scientific research undertakings, investing in research institutes, establishing scholarships, funding poor students, investing in unpopular scientific research projects, assisting overseas scientists in returning to the country. He has truly done a lot of practical things for scientific cause. That's why he has an excellent reputation and high prestige in the scientific research community. Many academicians have publicly praised him. All these years, Professor Hughes's research has made no progress. Do you think it's been who that's been funding him all this time? So that's it. Now, Alex understood. He had thought earlier that Professor Hughes was out of place at this dinner party. It turned out he had come solely for Derek's sake, agreeing to grace this venue that clashed so sharply with his style. Still, from what Emma had just said, Derek's actions were worthy of being called a great hero. He truly deserved respect. Next came the donation session for the various entrepreneurs. The smallest donation was several $1 million. Emma donated $10 million. It was clear that anyone invited to this event was no ordinary entrepreneur. Derek's circle was not something just anyone could enter. Being wealthy or powerful was merely the basic ticket. So far, at the very least, Emma hadn't even had the chance to say a word to Derek. After the donation session came the traditional ball. Various high-end snacks and delicacies were placed on tables around the perimeter of the hall, while the center was cleared to serve as a dance floor. The symphony orchestra on the second floor officially began playing, and the elegant strains of classical string music echoed throughout the hall. Derek had left at some point, and Professor Hughes had departed as soon as the ball started. Now, most of the guests were dancing in the center of the dance floor, twirling with their partners in a tango. A few sat at the surrounding tables, enjoying the food and chatting merrily. Emma sat at a dining table, elegantly eating snacks and sipping red wine. Alex stood behind her. He noticed many people wanted to invite Emma to dance, including both young and older men. But when they saw Alex standing there, they all had a look of sudden realization, smiled faintly, and turned to leave. Should I stand a little further away? Alex bent down and said. Emma dabbed the corner of her mouth with a napkin, her eyes closed. If you stand further away, what's the point of me bringing you here? Sit down and have something to eat. The rest of the time was quite boring. Emma sat there with her eyes closed, deep in thought. Alex guessed she must be thinking about how to persuade Professor Hughes. Her $10 million donation today was probably an attempt to curry favor with the professor. But Alex thought her money would definitely go to waste. Professor Hughes was so stubborn and obstinate. He was not someone easily persuaded by just anyone. Maybe Derek could do it after all. He was the benefactor who had been funding Hughes. But Derek was a man of immense status. He would certainly not intercede for Emma, as the two were clearly not on the same level.